Good morning, everyone. Happy new week, happy new month, and cheers to the last month of 2025. It's great to be having this final month of 2025, spending it alive, spending it in good health, and anticipating a great year forward into 2026. The past couple of days, I've been on a series, Society, Man, and Gods. Today, I'd like to round out with society. I started with gods. I started with talking about how man is always aspiring to become, is in a constant state of becoming, of trying to reach for this unknown perfect state. And I talked about how man can, how man has been trying to reach into that state, and also how man can reach into that state. There are two ways of reaching to that state: by rejecting human nature, by rejecting all the human sins, so to speak, or by accepting human sins, accepting that I am a sinful being, then accepting those sins. I talked about how that's a very dangerous route. And in another series, I talked about man, about how man is this being or this existence that just tries to constantly think about the future, to worry about the future, and how man or how we as man, as units of man, have not really tried to live and be just now. Talked about how about we just exist instead of trying to think too much about the future, of trying to worry. I'm not advocating for not thinking. What I'm advocating for is less worrying and less anxiety about what the future holds. The future is going to reach here, no matter what you do about it. I mean, the best you could do for yourself is worry less about what the future holds for you. Today, I would like to round it off with society. I'd like to talk about a bit about society and what is society, and what is society in the context of this topic, this in the trifecta that I picked up, the society, man, and God. Society, I would summarize as the bounds that holds man together. Let's say man is this physical entity that we are seeing, and society is every boundary that holds man together. We have values, we have we have environments. Environment can be seen as society. We have non-physical things that could be seen as society, as we could see our culture as society, those non-physical elements of our society. And the reason why I include all these non-physical elements is because even if we exit our physical environment, it doesn't mean we've left our society. Me traveling from here to another country, traveling to from Africa to Europe, or from Europe to South America, doesn't mean I've left my society. I still carry an element of my society. I am still a unit of my society. So I look at society as those bounds with which man is held. You don't really say that a society is just a physical environment, or limited or bounded by man being in one physical space. So now, coming back to the totality of the topic which I started with, which was man, society, man, and gods, and why I chose this topic in the first place. I looked at how from time immemorial we've always venerated or carried up we've always carried up people, certain people in society. Men have always carried up certain people in society and represented them as gods. And how we still do that today. How we think that, oh, we are so advanced, we are so modern, like we've gone past all superstition, and we don't have such element, we don't have superstitious element of gods again in this society. Meanwhile, we still have every single bit of the element of older society in this present society. I mean, even though we think that we've grown past all that, our society, no matter whether you are in an African society or you are in an in European society or you are in an Asian society, we still have those elements, all those elements. It's funny how these patterns always recur, and if you're just if you're just observant enough to notice them, you will see them. I mean, why do we have presidents? Why do we have kings? Have you thought about that? Why do we have these symbols of power in society? Those are the people that we put to represent us as, oh, this individual is above and he stands up above us and represents a supreme figure in society. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. I mean, look, that is looking at it from a bit of a positive end. But what about the other side of individuals that seem to embrace all their negativity, or if I'm allowed to use that word, negativity, or they seem to embrace all of their human nature, like someone that seems to embrace what kind of vice should I say? Let me see. Is like nowadays we have people that say they embrace their sexuality to the core, and just find them. I don't want to make too much comment about that, but it's not pleasing to me to see the world degrade itself into, I mean, hundreds of genders and stuff like that. But finding the way that people just embrace so much of what is not them, and identify so much with that identity, identify with so much with that identity and call it them, and degrading themselves to less than so much more what they could be. But it's just food for thought to think about how the interrelationship of society, of us, man, as units of society, and how we carry some particular individuals in our society and carry them up and put them up as these supreme rulers of our society. Meanwhile, we are all just the same thing. I mean, it's the same head that I have, that the president has, that's a businessman has, that a child has. No matter what perspective you look at it from, we're all the same people. And some people are worshipped, like they are, you see celebrities the way they are carried, and some people want to die over their god. It's, I mean, the person is just the basic, it's just you. It's just you're looking at yourself, but the person's facial structure does not it's not symmetrical to yours. It is symmetrical in some ways, but there's some variation to it. But it's just you. You're just looking at you. So I believe that we should all just take ourselves that we're just all the same. We're just all the same time. We should treat ourselves that way. We should treat ourselves with much more value and respect. That, yeah, I'm human too. The person I'm looking at too is human. So yeah, I think happy new month. And if you like content like this, like, share, subscribe, and stick around for more. Thank you.